SpaceX under scrutiny amid political clash with Trump. Reuters. The Trump-Musk fallout continues, with the Trump team reportedly pushing for a White House investigation into SpaceX contracts. The review is for political ammunition, one of the people said. SpaceX's role in the planned U.S. missile defense system, Golden Dome, may be at risk due to the public feud.
Apple sets 2026 date for revamped context-aware Siri. Bloomberg. Apple has delayed its AI-powered Siri upgrade to spring 2026, aiming to release it with the iOS 26.4 software update. The update will enable Siri to use personal data and on-screen context to improve responses. The original launch was scheduled for late 2024. New Tesla Model S and X roll out in the US with a $5,000 price hike. Tesla has unveiled upgraded versions of the Model S and Model X in the US, along with a $5,000 price increase. This marks a shift from the company's earlier price-cutting strategy and reflects a renewed focus on margins and premium positioning.
Tesla shares rise as NHTSA eases path for driverless cars. The NHTSA is streamlining its exemption process under Part 555 for fully self-driving commercial vehicles without driver controls. As part of its new mandate, NHTSA is taking a dynamic and flexible approach to evaluate these exemptions to allow the agency to process ADS and other exemptions within months rather than years. The move comes ahead of Tesla's Cybercab launch in Austin on June 22nd, boosting the company's shares.
Conflicting reports emerge on Iran's push for de-escalation with Israel. Iran is reportedly reaching out to Israel and the US via Arab intermediaries to de-escalate tensions and potentially resume nuclear deal talks, according to the Wall Street Journal. Tehran indicated willingness to return to negotiations if the US stays out of the conflict. However, a senior Iranian official and a well-informed regional diplomat denied that Iran has sent such signals, as reported by Al Jazeera journalist Ali Hashem on X. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi told foreign diplomats Sunday in Tehran, "In the future, if the aggression stops, it is obvious that the ground will be prepared for a return to diplomacy."
Senate plan hits solar hard, favors hydro and nuclear till 2036. Solar company shares dropped sharply post-market Monday after a U.S. Senate panel proposed phasing out solar and wind energy tax credits by 2028. The revised bill, however, extends credits for hydro, nuclear, and geothermal power until 2036. First Solar, which analysts say is better positioned than peers under the new rules, fell over 7% in after-hours trading. The Senate version provides more flexibility than the House bill, allowing clean energy projects to qualify for credits based on the year they begin construction, rather than requiring them to be in operation placed in service by the end of 2028. However, like the House version, the Senate bill eliminates consumer-facing credits for installing rooftop panels and making other energy-related home improvements.
Indonesia joins Archer's Launch Edition program. Archer Aviation has partnered with Industri Karet Nusantara to launch its Midnight aircraft in Indonesia, the third country in its Launch Edition program after the UAE and Ethiopia. The initiative will support air taxi services and explore other applications such as commercial and military logistics and environmental surveillance. The agreement also includes a planned purchase of up to 50 Midnight aircraft, worth up to $250 million for deployment in Indonesia to support plans to scale air taxi services across the country.
Alibaba releases AI models for Apple architecture. Reuters. Alibaba has released its Qwen 3 AI models for Apple's MLX architecture, enabling them to run on devices like the iPhone, iPad, MacBook, and Mac. This move could signal Apple is getting closer to launching its Apple Intelligence features in mainland China. However, some reports suggest the rollout is delayed due to the ongoing US-China trade tensions. Microsoft and AMD team up for next-gen, multi-device Xbox consoles. Microsoft has announced a multi-year partnership with AMD to co-engineer silicon for a range of devices, including its next-generation Xbox consoles. Xbox President Sarah Bond emphasized the next-gen Xbox platform will support multiple devices and won't be locked to its own store for games. Archer, FAA, and Department of Transportation launch global alliance to fast-track electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft certification. At the Paris Air Show, Archer CEO Adam Goldstein, acting FAA Administrator Chris Rochelow, and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy unveiled details of the partnership, which includes the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. The goal of this effort is to streamline the certification and validation process for eVTOL aircraft like Midnight globally.
Coinbase reportedly seeking to offer tokenized stock trading via blockchain. Coinbase Global is seeking regulatory approval to offer tokenized equities, which would allow customers to trade blockchain-based representations of stocks, according to Reuters. This move would bring Coinbase into direct competition with online brokers like Robinhood and Charles Schwab. Coinbase Chief Legal Officer Paul Grewal called it a huge priority. Tokenized equities would function like crypto assets, giving investors ownership via tokens rather than traditional shares. Supporters argue the model enables lower trading costs, faster settlement, and 24/7 access. Last month, the Wall Street Journal reported that rival crypto exchange Kraken plans to launch tokenized stocks like Apple, Tesla, and Nvidia for non-US customers.
Iran's Khamenei rejects Trump's surrender call, threatens irreparable damage if U.S. strikes. Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei rejected U.S. President Donald Trump's call for unconditional surrender, warning that Iran would not be coerced into peace or war. Intelligent people who know Iran, the Iranian nation, and its history will never speak to this nation in threatening language because the Iranian nation will not surrender, he said. The Americans should know that any U.S. military intervention will undoubtedly be accompanied by irreparable damage, he added. Meanwhile, Bloomberg reported that senior U.S. officials are preparing for a potential military strike on Iran. Coinbase launches stablecoin stack to power global merchant payments. Coinbase has launched Coinbase Payments, a stablecoin-based payment stack for commerce platforms built on the Base blockchain. The system enables instant 24/7 U.S. coin payments to merchants globally, securely, and without blockchain complexity, Coinbase said, promoting stablecoins as a faster and cheaper way to move money globally. Already available on Shopify, it brings USDC payments to millions of merchants with no additional setup required. The modular stack includes a stablecoin checkout, e-commerce engine, and on-chain execution layer, and is now available to any platform serving merchants.
Netflix enters live TV with TF1 deal in France. Starting summer 2026, Netflix users in France will gain access to TF1's live channels and on-demand content as part of their existing subscription, the company said.